Hello big beautiful world. Today a couple of things and hopefully I'll remain relatively articulate about it all. We're taking off southwest of London. I've changed it from nighttime to daytime, taken off live weather. This is 2024 by the way, but I was going to hang off a while, but I have gone and loaded up MSFS Realistic Pro because I loved it so much in 2020, and I figured I'd get it up and running here because, especially given the wobblies and some of the flight models in here, I was wondering if 2024 Pro might do it better. So one thing I did want to show you, there's something that sound, by the way, will be coming off the MSFS Realistic Pro 2024. One of the things, a number of aircraft I'd loaded up had no sound. So you cats more than likely know this already, but I'll share it anyway. So what I found was, you go into C drive, you go into your users, your specific user ID, app data, roaming, because I've got the Steam version. Come down to Microsoft 2024, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Now instead of going to packages, go to streamed packages, and this will show you whatever has loaded in for right or for wrong. If you caught the previous video, I think this is where the AI has been saying, you know, pick up anything in here, and nick some of the stuff from community folder and put it in here. That being said, my 172, for argument's sake, had no sound. So what I did was I came down here and I simply right clicked each one and I deleted them, and then I rebooted the flight sim and up she comes. All well and good. So I don't know how many more aircraft I'll have trouble with, hopefully none, but if I do, that's what I do, yeah. And the other thing whilst I'm out and about that I want to show you here, not really. So I got the MSFS Realistic Pro. We'll hop in, Control C, Shift C. I just want to go over London. There we go, that's how you tell MSFS Realistic Pro is loaded, when you get some snarky freaking voice going on. Oh, the other thing I wanted to, that's right, I did want to talk about is, so in 2020 I've got a X56 there, and I forget what do they call them, the I don't know, I forget, but I've got on the stick itself, I've got the silver top hat configured to the respective camera views. So if I come up here to settings, so I had to do that all again to do the camera views. So let's have a look. No, actually no, it's not camera I want, it's instrument, because traditionally I love going down through the instruments. Okay, so you've got you create your own and all the rest of it on your keyboard. So if you come in keyboard, you've got your toggle instrument view, shift rah rah rah. You've got your save instrument view, I believe, or save look view or whatever. So if you type in save, what'll happen? Let us have a look. Let us find out together. There we go, save custom camera view, etc. But if we come back to instrument, if I could learn to speak. Okay, come back in here. Now I set it all up as per what I'd seen elsewhere, and still when I come back to my stick, if I right or left click my top silver joystick hat, nothing happens. If I would go backwards, I get this kind of thing. Now that zoom in, zoom out is what I've got with another joystick. And if I come forward, that's good, I've got my landing view, yeah? But no left or right. So what I realized I had to do was, I come back here for a tick, come back in. Now I've got shift view 10, shift 0 as, let's try it, shift 0, see what happens. We'll come out and we'll go shift 0. Okay, so if you give it looking down, that's just the Tobii eye tracker kicking in, but it basically resets. Yeah. So then I realized the reason the silver thing isn't working is because I could either go shift 0 every time, but I hate mucking around with the keyboard once I'm flying, and so I just map one of my buttons to reflect shift 0, and now there we go. So all my favorite cockpit views. Now it's behaved across all the aircraft really well so far. I mean, it's early days, but that's the long and the short of it. So those two things, getting your sounds back and configuring your joystick for the respective instrument setups or whatever, may or may not help. If they do, great. If not, then tell me to shut up and let's start the aircraft and let's start going flying, shall we? Okay. So like I said, we're up in the little... Oh, hang on, while I'm here, let's have a look. Oh, there. Okay, so we're good. We is good. Yeah, cool. And then we come back in and we've got... Do we have full mixture? We do have full mixture. Got our master on. Got our radio on to get our... That gives us our Garmin. All very tidy, all very sensible.
Clear prop.
Get our Maggies on. Should need no more than 3. Crack the throttle just a tad. And there we go, there's our sound. So hopefully we've got enough to run with. Now I don't want to run Tom or Terry down, so we're just going to cycle back to the left here, hopefully. Get our joystick back. Little yoke. It's really quite a lovely little plane, this puppy. I've taken it out to tour it in a couple of times, and that's it. A bit ugly, but that's what we get. We get what we get. Cool. Spinning on the spot, love it. Still working through the sensitivities in the respective areas, but we we're getting there. We're getting there. Now, I've actually even started doing the photo stuff, and there we go. And the PPL, the career mode, which is kind of nice. So whether you're real squirrely on the takeoff. Okay. So yeah, clearly I've got a lot of parameters to adjust per aircraft. That's okay. The only add-ons I've loaded in so far are Flying Fritz Hughes XF11, and the look left, look right isn't so great, is it? And this FSRealistic Pro, so hopefully it'll behave itself. And we're just going to go for a flight up to sunny London to see what it looks like in the new sim. I've flown over New York. It looks pretty, very lovely. Behaves itself beautifully. I've got a 3080 Ti, and I'm running it in very high. I can actually just quickly show you, I guess. So, graphics. So, the only thing I've knocked out. So I've got the DLSS Super Res on, anti-aliasing, all that stuff. So 2560 by the 1440. Low latency and boost on. The custom I've got on, so it's all pretty much high or very high. The only thing I always knock off is motion blur, because it gives me the pips. But other than that, you know, it's kind of cool indeed. So bringing her up. a lot of trim this aircraft for some reason. I'm loving it more and more as it settles, for obvious reasons. It is, yeah, pretty amazing. I'm clearly not doing half the trickery that everyone else is. I'm still piddling about, as you saw, with the sensitivity of everything. I haven't seen if there's a new driver for Tobii Eye Tracker yet. I know if I went into it to check the hardware, it would give me quite a bit of grief. So let's just come down the map, shall we? Yeah, cool. Make our way pretty much directly north up to Heathrow, and then we'll, before we hit Heathrow, we'll just cut across to sunny London. So even already, I think the Realistic Pro is behaving itself a whole lot nicer than the original. 2024 is, the balance is a little too jaunty for my liking, so this is a lot more acceptable for me personally. Truth is, I don't know how it's going to behave, but if I just come out, where are we? So the profile in, yeah, 172, and I know there's different ones. Many up there. Let's import one, see what happens. Yeah, no significant change so far. All good. Very nice indeed. Don't want to go too much higher. It's a bit perfect, really. Come off the stick. Let it do all the work for me. So yes, I am loving it. The one thing I noticed, I was poodling about with Ultra throughout the course of the week, and it just took forever to load anything. It behaved itself once it was in the sim, but to no real advantage that I saw over very high with the motion blur knocked out in the DLSS and stuff on. Like I said, this isn't a 4090 card, remember, this is a 3080 Ti. And although the Ti is a stunning card, it's clearly not in the 4s, or even now we've got the 5 coming up, processing range yet. But that being said, I don't see myself upgrading for a couple of years, and certainly there was a lot of alarm about what hardware you're going to need to run it. Who knows, maybe it may yet be proven true that we can't have anything less than a 4 series card, but here in Australia that's real problematic, because the 4 series cards starting around 2000, because there's some internet wag put it, everything cost about 20 times as much in Australia. That being said, I really love this current setup, and let's hop out and have a squiz. There's our postcardy moment, and as far as I'm concerned, that's really, really lovely. The only thing graphically that I've changed is, and I can show you, Alt F3. So all I've done is introduce brightness and contrast. I haven't even changed the settings, I just introduced it, and it's given me the colours that already appeal to me, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, pretty snazzy. I haven't done the helicopter config, so actually I think it's ported it across from what I had it set for in 2020, so that's okay, that's all good. Let's just cut over. Great day for it, but it is hard now for me anyway, and I know many of you are still struggling with it in your respective parts of the world. I hope the struggling abates soon enough so that you can share the joy, because we've been a community for quite a while now, and I don't think for a second that just because it's working for me it's doing the right thing for everyone else. But I can safely attest, if it's working in Australia by and large. It's now at the point where there should be a lot of stuff that's behaving itself really nicely. While I'm thinking of it, I want to put it out to you cats. Are you guys running any add-on linkers? Do you swear by them, or do you just go on stuffing everything into community? And that's about it. So do let me know. But for the most part, other than the initial load in, like I said, and I do think that's coming from the FSRealistic Pro, because before I had it, there was no initial heartache. So, and even then, it's only like 3 to 5 seconds, and it says, "Hang on, do I have everything I need before we kick off?" And then away we run. Yeah, where was I going? Who knows? Who knows about these things? But yeah, New York behaved itself absolutely flawlessly. I took off from a little tiny airfield down south of Newark, over on the west side, and made it over to LaGuardia. Quick run over Manhattan up to Central Park, and then over through Rikers, up along the East River, over through Rikers, and then into LaGuardia. And lots of activity from the jets coming in and out, which was lovely. But zero stutter, so I'm hoping to see something similar here. So like I said, I said in the other video, I've got a combination of Tobii eye tracker and the joystick with the pitch and yaw set to roll around, the little joystick on the actual main joystick itself. So hopefully you'll be able to see, once we finish this flight, we'll just pull in at London, what is it, City of London Airport or whatever. But yeah, hopefully we'll see if it crashes or not at the end of it. Yeah, so this gentle shaking is what I really enjoyed about MSFS2024 Pro. I don't know why I'm stumbling to get that out. I think it's because I've been eating a mouthful of almonds and it's making my throat go all very bizarre. So we'll come up over through the south and we'll swing it from there. Yes, we will. One thing I am looking forward to again is excuse me, is hopefully that freeway. Actually, I'm just going to pause to give myself a sip of cold coffee, because it's just how I roll on a Sunday here in Oz. Ah, yum. So full of nutrition. Yeah, is remember the freeware, well, I shouldn't say remember the freeware that gave us the power lines and stuff like that. I look forward to that coming back into play because it's really good. And I'm thinking if I'm going to go down the load-in tracker path, I should do it sooner rather than later, really, shouldn't I? This may well be a longer flight than I expected. I should have just taken off out of Gatwick or Heathrow. No, I had to be a boof and take off out of some little airfield well south of both of those. Also, the texture monsters when I flew over New York were missing, so for the most part the building shaped up really nicely. Weren't too much weird ass Frankenstein looking creatures, which was quite pleasant. A couple of them. So here, yeah, we are starting to get that pop-in effect that you might have seen in the Warragamba Dam one last week. But again, I don't mind. That's over time, hopefully this will sort itself out. And outside that preliminary One day I'll speak my own bloody language, I swear. Yeah, outside that preliminary period, this is as bad as it gets. And if this is as bad as it gets from here on out, I'll tell you what, Flying Lyre is one very happy little camper. Now from memory, because I don't fly London too often, so if we take off, if we pull her over, do all the sights and sounds and have a look-see, then we'll drop it down on, we'll drop her down on City of London Airport. As you saw at the beginning, the aircraft being a funny way, that's something that FSRealistic Pro has introduced. It isn't something native to the simulator. I'm hoping, as I've been hoping with 2020, that MSFS2024 Pro would have sorted that out. Oh, we've got some planes flying down there. Very pleasant indeed. How high up are we? 2250. Quite a bit of activity around the skies. That's pretty cool. Gee, that's a thick A-pillar, isn't it? Hello. Hello. The other thing that I wanted to mention is, I just show you, is yes, I've invoked the ATC Northolt, so it was Northolt altogether. But I have no way of, I think in MSFS, Sobo, if you are watching all of this stuff, please note this should be a toggle so I can turn it off and on as I see fit, as it used to in 2022. As it is, you can only turn it on. You have to mouse it off. So that's not so cool. So yeah, there's homework for everyone, myself included, still learning to come to terms with it. So I'm just going to let this sucker fly itself, and we'll see what we've got. I'm not going to go in and buzz everything, but from around 2200 we could do a lot worse, I reckon. And I'll trim down just a tad. Let it drop down, hopefully we can come back down to around 2000. We'll see, what are we on power wise? Still up fairly high, and we've got a lot of speed, so bring her up and slide down just a bit, raise the nose. So traditionally, even in 2020 with the 3080, I would start getting the stutters right about now, and that ain't happening. So it's clear that the gambles that they've taken, if they haven't lost too many people through the launch, but the gambles that they've taken are going to pay off as they get finessed and ironed out. So do write in the comments if you've got any heartaches loading in anything into the community folder. I'd be interested to know, because my big thing is going to things like the Waco and stuff like that are still missing. They're in that streamed package folder, but they aren't showing up in the marketplace yet. So I believe that they're actually just going to show up as they roll them in and they bind out the respective kinks. I've got the Bugatti in, haven't actually taken it up yet. I've got the Foxmoth in, and that's behaving itself really beautifully. I love that sucker. Well, actually, strangely, it's more temperamental than ever, which kind of makes endears it to me even more, because it's really, you got to ride it. You take it over 100. She's 100 knots. She's going, for obvious reasons. It's a Foxmoth from 1931, 32. She's going to crash on her. So you just don't do that. It's definitely a fly and by hand plane, And again, that's what I love most about it. So even this with the trim capabilities. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, the subtlety on the cockpit now feels to me more than the native 2024 stuff. So I'm gonna have to give the Realistic Pro time to settle in. It is now configured for 2024, and clearly, as you saw, it does pick it up. So that's good. There's the eye. Get back there. It's been a long time since I've been to sunny Londinium. So they're on up the river. There's Benny in the houses. Say good day to Guy Fawkes, hero and villain simultaneously. What a strange position to occupy. But it's a good looking town. It is a good looking city. It's old London town. Let's see, I believe. Where's St. Paul's? There we go, St. Paul's. I remember walking there in the winter of 1983, trudging through the snow from a little hostel over in Holland Park. My sister had sent me some money. Not much, but enough to keep me from starving for a couple of months, which was very nice. Thanks, sis. Big shout out to my sister. Over the back, yeah, I had to pick it up from the post office. Back then, a million years before the internets. Christopher Wren, you crazy cat. Your funky design decisions. So, London, yep. Alright, so tick London, tick New York. Did I actually? Did I even? Can't see, yeah. I did. Can't even see where. Hang on, let's hop out. Yeah, okay, so I don't have the flaps. I'm landing straight ahead of us. So, to recap, London's looking good, New York's looking good. Blowing aircraft away, it'll do an auto reload, so you should not run into any harm, at least not that I've seen. So don't take me for a pro by any measure, but yeah, if you're missing sounds and stuff, try a delete or move it to elsewhere and restart the game, restart the sim. And see how she behaves. Let's come off the juice just a little bit. And if you're on the fence about MSFS Pro for 2024, hopefully this aircraft, this little vid has helped you make up your Jesus Christ, where's my language today? Has helped you make up your mind one way or the other. High, there we go, just so we can give ourselves maybe 2 measures of flaps. Nice. So I think we want to bring her in not much above 50. But yeah, career mode looks fun. Photography mode is a blast. So all the gamified elements that we're kind of on the fence about, or arguably, even, I'll openly admit it, I was a little bit fearful of them, to be honest. So clearly I'm well and truly off the glide slope. See if we can get it down. I don't think I had anything to worry about. It's 2 weeks in, and it's really sweet. Really settling in nicely with it. There you go, Bob. Now until I go make up your mind. Shocking bounce. God awful. But I'm down and we walk away. And I will take it because I'm down and we get to walk away. So one thing I will do is we'll come up and let us have a look. Get off and see if the walk around component still works nicely once we've landed, something I haven't yet tried. So like I said, you know, I've used all you cats as guinea pigs and myself, because to see how the there we go, MSFS Realistic Pro behaves. Oh, we're just going to bring her across here. We're going to pull up right here because we're individuals, you can't fool us. So handy on. Kill her out. Yep. Get rid of that. Come down. There we go. Nice. Nice. Now. Yep. Maggie off. Now. Let us have a look. So Control C. We're out and about. There we go. So slight jerkiness. Bit of jaggies as she settles down. A bad human being. Didn't take the flaps up as we pulled aside. But mind you, look where we've parked. Long way from home. I'm sure you'd agree. Look, beautiful world. I have rambled on enough. Thanks for coming along on the adventure. Keep flying. Have fun. May you have a grand weekend. See you later. Bye.